All right, Ms. Hahn.
Yes, Your Honor. We're asking that Miss Randall have time to turn herself in on this Friday and that she do weekends.
All right.
And then other than that, I did just want to put on the record that I did discuss the potential for an immunity motion with Miss Randall. She let me know that that may be an issue that could have come up. However, with the pending bond revocation, she decided that she wanted to go ahead and resolve the case. So we just ask that you accept the negotiated plea.
Ms. Randall, I'm not a doctor, but I do count 40 weeks gestation, and then you got a 4-month-old. So unless you got pregnant by somebody else the day you got arrested on the second case, that's Mr. Stuckey's baby. But you don't have to confirm that for me. What I want is for you to stop putting yourself in the same situation over and over and over again. You and Mr.
Yes, ma'am.
Stuckey don't y'all don't do well together. Y'all make babies and then fight. It doesn't make any sense.
No, we were
No, ma'am.
together
No, no.
14 years.
No. I don't want to talk about it. It doesn't make any sense for y'all to keep coming back and forth with this foolishness. Now, why make your life harder? It just doesn't make any sense. First of all, people always want to have a baby when they can barely take care of the babies they already got or barely take care of themselves. And then once they finally get a good job, they're going to mess it up by not reading the paperwork that the court gives you that tells you exactly how not to mess up your life. Stop making your life hard, ma'am.
You're right.
Oh, I'm clear. Because the very, I'm gonna tell you the phrase that makes the most sense to me. People look like the choices they make. Everything that happens in your life is because of the choices you make. But the problem that I have with it is you and Mr. Stuckey are good and grown, but you're making choices on behalf of 6 little babies who don't have the ability to make any different kind of choice. They don't have the ability to say, I don't want to live here in foolishness. They don't have the ability to say, I need more than you're able to provide for me. And as long as you keep having babies, that's less for me. They don't have the ability to say that, but I can say it for them. Stop making your children's lives hard. Everybody, you don't have to keep having babies. I promise you. Condoms are cheaper than child support or child care. You don't have to make the decision that every time y'all get back together, there's another baby coming. Take care of the babies you got. Get yourself on your feet and stop going back into foolishness. Anytime you're in a situation where you get arrested or the other person gets arrested, that's not a good situation, even if it only happens one time.
And Your Honor,
and hold on, Ms. Hahn.
Yes, Your Honor.
And this whole thing of he likes a clean house, so I'm gonna throw all the stuff around just to irritate him. Ma'am, 2 things. One, why would you put yourself and your children in that situation? Why would you let your children be roaming around in filth just to irritate some man? And 2, if you think he's cheating, he is. Because it doesn't matter. You've lost trust at that point. If you believe you got to look through his phone, if you believe he's cheating, if some woman calling you, quote unquote, because this is the new thing, I don't know, coming to you, quote unquote, as a woman, you already know he's cheating. What you need to do is go to the Superior Court, get your paperwork for child support, custody, visitation, all of that stuff so that y'all can deal with each other as co-parents. But stop going back into the lion's den. You feel me? Because the decisions you are making with this whole, I love him, I got to go back with him, even though you know it's not a good situation, you're harming your children. You and Mr. Stuckey are grown, but you're harming your children. I need you to make better decisions. Now, where's this job you work? What you do?
I'm a banquet director.
Okay. That's skills. Okay.
I do hair too. I do braids and stuff.
Okay, and you gotta hustle. See, I'm gonna tell you. First of all, a lot of times women are doing the most. You got 6 kids and you got a job and a hustle. I don't know. I'm gonna just assume, but it don't sound like Mr. Stuckey kicking in like that. So if you already doing all of that and he's not, what you need him for? I'm just asking, what you need him for? What is he contributing to your life? He keep leaving you with babies, more stuff that you got to take care of, but you the one with the job and the hustle, and he just out here on a lam. Ma'am, how do I say this the best way so I don't get taken off the bench? Penises are everywhere. If that's what you're looking for, you don't have to have a baby with one. But if he's not contributing to your household or to your children or to you, then you don't need him. You about to spend 30 days in jail over some foolishness for a man who's not even helping you. There's no help coming from him. You fighting for something that ain't even worth fighting for. Let that other woman have him. When he start paying her child support, she'll see. You feel me?
I do.
You fighting for something worthless instead of fighting for your children to make sure they have a better life. All right. Now, what were you saying, Ms. Hahn?
Yes, Your Honor. I apologize for the interruption. I did fail to mention that Ms. Randall and I had discussed her converting the $400 into community service.
That's fine.
Okay. And then the other thing was, we were asking that you, that she, I can't get my words together, that she not pay the probation supervision fees. She told me she makes about $8.25 an hour, and she's,
I got it.
yeah.
And you have 6 kids.
But
How
I
old is
work like 10 and 14 hours hour shifts. My oldest, she's 12.
Okay. All right. Now, Ms. Randall, the other thing, don't keep stacking babies. The ones you got need your attention, but every time you add another baby, that divides and you give less attention to the ones who are already here.
Yeah,
Your
my mom said
12-year-old girl is about to go into a very crucial stage in her life. When girls go into middle school, that's when we really have to keep an eye on them, because that's when they can be tracked from academics and sports into boys and, you know, how I look and what I got to have hair, nails, and all of that. And then they start to drop off. And you want to make sure academics and sports and that kind of stuff is the focus that your 12-year-old has in middle school.
Yes.
But every time you add a baby, you got less time to spend with the ones who are already here.
That's true.
Okay. So it's a different mindset. It's a different way of thinking. So, I'm going to accept your plea of guilty to count 1. Counts 2, 3, and 4 will merge. I'll send you to 12 months to serve 30 days on the weekends. And you'll start. Did you want to start? She wanted to start this weekend or next weekend?
Your Honor, if the court is agreeable to next weekend, that's when she would like.
The 26th?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So you'll turn yourself in at 6 p.m. on Friday, the 26th, and you'll get out on Sunday at 6 p.m., okay?
Okay, and what time that was again on Friday?
6 p.m.
So
You'll
I
be
can
at the
write it down.
I'm sorry? 6 p.m.?
No, I just said so I can write it down. Write down.
Okay. And then you'll do you'll do 80 hours of community service. So I'm converting the 40 hours into the $400 fine into 40 hours of community service. You'll do a family violence intervention program, which is 24 classes. And then you'll have no contact with Mr. Stuckey except through the courts or child support enforcement. So if he has a child support enforcement case, you can do that. If he's sending money to you without anything else, no baby, 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 I love you, don't put child support on me, none of that. He can send money to your address for the children, but you're to have no contact with him, or you can go to Superior Court and petition for a visitation, custody, child support, all of that, all of those orders that make it clear how you and Mr. Stuckey are to interact about your children, okay? So, but please be mindful
Okay.
that you don't want to have any contact other than that with him. We clear?
Yes. Question, can I reach out to his mom and she can maybe cash out me those payments?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that
I'll
okay?
give you that.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So you can reach out to his mom, but don't pass messages on to him. It's just about the child support.
Mm-hmm. Through
Okay?
cash app.
Yes, ma'am. So, and that's fine with me. I don't care how you, I just want you to get some child support. But I'm just saying, Miss Randall, sometimes we fight so hard for something before we realize it wasn't worth the fight. Just saying. All right. So I'm going to put you in a breakout room with probation. I will waive the supervision fees because you got a lot going on. This, I want you to understand completely. If you are unable to do any of what I asked you to do, go to your probation officer and tell them the difficulty that you're having. They're here to make sure that you successfully complete. Okay. So if they don't know, they can't help you. If they don't know, they can't come to me and ask me to make adjustments. They don't know, they can't do any of those things to assist you. So the two things is, if you can't do what I asked you to do, tell your probation officer. And if you fail to report, that's the quickest way to get rearrested. Do you understand?
I do.
Got a report for your probation. So tell them what your work schedule is. Tell them if you got transportation issues. Be mindful and tell them of all of those things. You understand?
Okay. Okay. I may have a transportation issue depending on the location.
Okay. Well, share that with probation.
Okay.
All right. All right. And like I said, I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with Miss James, and she's gonna speak to you about all of that and get you set up. You do not have to come back here to speak with the court. Once you finish talking to probation, then you'll be free to go at that time. Okay.
Okay. And I have one question. How will
Yes,
I
ma'am.
how will I know about the classes? Like, will that be mailed
They're
to
gonna
me
tell you
or?
that's probation, so they'll set you up with
Okay.
all of that.
Okay.
All right. Now, Miss Randall, let me tell you something. You went out and got a job and a side hustle. You making it happen for your family. If somebody is not bringing the same or more to the table and treating you and your children right, you don't need them. Okay? Stop accepting less than you worth. If you don't have a man who's out there with 2 jobs and a side hustle, you don't need him. You got me?
I do.
All right. All right. So I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Miss James.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor. And
Thanks, Miss Hahn.
Your Honor,